Important divisional round matchup in the NFC, as it'll be the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the Washington Commanders. One of two spots in the NFC title game awaits the winner here as we're underway in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. To throw is Daniels. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here.
Brought down back at the 24-yard line.
Throwing now is Daniels. He's got a man. Complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain there of 30 big ones. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. And that is incomplete. The coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Let's go. Panther 60, Panther 60.
To the air goes Daniels. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. That's good for a 1st down, his 2nd catch of the opening drive.
Well, they showed a 5 receiver set, had the backfield empty, and lined the running back out to the left. Plenty for the quarterback to process both pre- and post-snap, but he was able to find his man, and it turns into a big play.
And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. They've taken this opening kickoff and marched it right down the field defensively. Not much resistance.
And that's the point, because my admiration is for the guys moving the ball right now. They know what they're doing. Their plan is working. But I flip it over and watch and say, okay, what are you going to do to change things up? Because if you don't, they're going to put that ball in the end zone real soon.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
2nd and goal at the Eagles' 4-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's Daniels. This is caught. Touchdown, Washington. From 4 yards out. And the Commanders are on the board first here in this division round matchup. Flag comes out here. This is going to be roughing the kicker.
When you're going back there on the kick block, you've got to go to the right point. That didn't happen. Ran into the kicker. The penalty flag had to come out.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And with a well-placed kickoff, that's what these new rules can do for you, as they'll be backed up to start this drive. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy, because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
They were looking for a little spark and some breathing room. They got it right there, a gain of 14 and a 1st down.
And when you get into the divisional round of the playoffs, this is where having the ability to run the football is such an advantage. The defenses, they're generally going to be tougher the further you go along. So if you can get something established up front, it's going to give you a great chance to move on.
So that last play gives him a little more space now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line. Play action. Here's Hurts. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be out right at the 35. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
And there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. A 1st down carry for Barkley. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
2nd down, here's Barkley again. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. A couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? 5 or more yards each time, that's what you're looking for in setting the tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
2nd and 10. Up the middle with Barkley. And he carries this one past the midfield stripe and into Commander territory. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You foresee incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
To the right side and intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And the Commanders are going to get it back here just past the 35. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
At the 36-yard line.
Here we go. 70 Timberwolves.
Now Daniels. Now he'll tuck this and run. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the 1st here.
Cougar 19.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. A gain of 14, 1st down Commanders.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Here we go. Set. Cowboy 80.
And here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's Washington in possession of the football as they are looking at a 2nd down and 6 coming up. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he's going to take this close to the 1st down marker as he stopped at the Eagles' 32. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with third down now looming.
Panther 60, Panther 60.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
70 Lions.
On third down, they're going to run for it here. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped them, bringing up 4th down.
So they'll say no to the 50-yard field goal try. Instead, the offense out there, they're going for it.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
Daniels going to throw for it. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. The conversion is successful with a sizable gain of 13, and the decision to go for it looks like a smart one.
Ready? 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Big Lion.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he's in. Touchdown, Commanders. A great play there with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Commanders have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it's now 14-0.
Commanders 14, Eagles nothing.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And a very solid return out across the 45-yard line before going out of bounds.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
It's a game of 10. And the Eagles first down.
They keep it with Barkley on first down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. A great effort there. 38 yards. And the Eagles have cut it back within a score. Elliott good on the extra point. And that'll make our score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways.
This is caught inside the 15. And he is taken down deep in Philadelphia territory. Big yardage that time for Washington. 54 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. And yet again, it's McLaurin. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And it'll be second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
That's a loss of 8 yards there to bring up third.
You know when I could tell this was going to end really badly? When he launched himself behind the line and made a beeline for the ball carrier. You get one of those tackling machines in the middle on your trail, things are normally ending pretty quickly.
Now Daniels going to keep it. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's fourth down.
Jason Sanders on for the field goal. A 30-yard attempt.
Sanders' kick is good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about one-score lead, two-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
Pushing his way through. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. At the line, this Philly offense set to go. They trail by 10, 17-7 as they come up on a 1st and 10. They go play action with Hurts. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And the Commanders are going to get it back here just past the 35. A good starting spot for Washington as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. Off the play fake, Daniels. Got a man and he hits him in stride. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
47-yard line.
18 Cardinal, 18, curve 19, curve 19 tight, 19 tight. Ready.
Here's Daniels. That's caught downfield. It's Lane. A good pickup there, 22 yards.
I know we just saw a nice throwing catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Working out of the gun, Daniels. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 more yards there and another 1st down.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
Daniels looking to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he gets this inside the 10 to the 9. It's also a gain of 9.
It appears they found something that's working, and they keep going back to it. I guess you can actually say he has the hot hands now, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, it's one thing to hit your guy out of the backfield once, hit him a couple times. Yeah, you're right. Maybe they're onto something.
And I think a lot of that is simply if you get it to him in space, More times than not, he's going to get more yardage than you expect out of each play.
Here we go, start. Viking 18, Mustang 19, 60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat. Go.
Operating from the gun, Daniels. Touchdown! A great play there. On his way to a monster game, 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Commanders will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. They find some open field here. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break.
Jason Sanders set to kick off.
The trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30.
At their own 31-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball into the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Maybe a little frustration starting to creep in. The offensive line hasn't done a great job of protecting him in this game, and there he was, hit again as he threw it.
Yeah, another time on his backside, probably starting to get a little frustrated.
Got to keep his composure. Can't let the defense know that they're getting to him.
Barkley, inside handoff. And this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard.
At the 44-yard line. It's a gain of a yard. And it's third.
Now Hurts going to shift him around a bit.
73, 73, out.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, if they have any designs of getting back into this football game in the second half, they're going to need to be much sharper offensively than they were on this opening possession. Not much happening here, and it'll lead to a 4th down.
And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
Let's go now. Buffalo, 19, Tiger, 19, Tiger. 18, Pioneer. Ready?
They go play action. Daniels. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. He got 29 yards that time. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Get it. Ready, ready.
Hands it off out of the gun. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd down and 3.
Dragon 60. Cougar 19.
Back to throw. Daniels. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, 43 yards. And the Commanders continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead.
Eagles 7.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. Oh, and a nice return, but he takes a big shot at the end of it.
At their own 38-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Hurts sets up to throw it. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line. Well, if these guys wanted to get back in this game, they needed an almost perfect second half, and down 3 scores. A lost fumble here certainly doesn't fit into that plan.
That reminds me of my plan in college to get an A on the papers I turned in, but that didn't work out too well either. Too many mistakes by both of us. I mean, that's just pure and simple. And that's why that's exactly where they are in this ball game. They're going to need a huge turnaround if they want to try and win this one.
2nd and 10 here as we sit in the 3rd quarter of this divisional round matchup. Looking to throw. Daniels. Open man down the field. It's a tight end center. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Ben Sinnott, 53 yards. And the Commanders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And they finally get to him out near midfield, but he's all the way across the 45 to the 46. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football.
And Hurts is intercepted, his 3rd of the game. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And the Commanders force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Okay.
Looking to put a drive together.
Here we go. Here we go. 60 Eagles. 60 Eagles. Ready.
Throwing to start the drive. Daniels. And this will be caught at the 30. And all the way down to the 26. A huge play there for Washington. 47 yards.
Everything's been going right here in this one. This offense, they've been in complete control from the outset. And here's another big play. These kind of routes have been open all game long, and they continue to take advantage.
They'll get 4 there out of the screen, and it's 2nd down.
Complete to number 32. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6. At the Eagles.
Back to throw. Daniels. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. So 3 plays already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. Pass caught. It's Lane with it. 3 yards is the gain that time. 2nd and goal.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal.
Come on, come on. 60 Bison, 60 Bison. Panther 60, Panther 60.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And it's caught. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to 3rd and goal.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
3rd and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound. Chubb is in. Touchdown, Commanders. Well, they move the ball down the field through the air, Charles, and then finally they get the running game involved, and it works to perfection. Touchdown.
And, partner, I kept waiting for that running game to come into play, and they actually saved it until the very end. Touchdown goes on his stat sheet, but you and I both know, and he knows as well, his teammates airing it out made this a successful drive.
Sanders set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't want to admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
Brought down back at the 32.
Hurts gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44.
Now Hurts changing up the play.
And it's 3rd down.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
Yo, top. Hey, let's go. Trimmer.
Here's Hurts to throw.
He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. Now look, you're not going to be able to get this all back at once, but that certainly helps.
So you're saying 3 yards in a cloud of dust, not the strategy?
I go aerial attack.
Yeah, I think that's what has to happen. And if you're going to run it, you need to break off big chunks. We just saw a big play right there. They need plenty of those.
And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
Throwing his Hurts.
And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this 3rd quarter.
Kayvon Thibodeaux, he beat the O-line and recorded the sack.
Back now here on EA Sports. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. An 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Eagles get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. And this is caught, so they do get the 2. Still a very large deficit, but maybe something to feel a little better about. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. Well, it looked like the Eagles got this back. Yes, Philadelphia football. Great job by the kick team there to get the football, but also don't forget about the man that started it, the lonesome kicker himself.
I love that you brought him into it because he doesn't get nearly the attention he deserves. Oftentimes it's only when it's negative. In this case, he created a positive play for his team.
Another pass attempt, another incompletion, and they're just a little over 100 yards passing here in this game, so defensively, pretty good job.
Definitely, because they were never really able to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, so a lot of credit to the defensive game plan, and especially the execution.
He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. Well, looks like they'll move things around here.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
From the gun, it's Hurts. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
It's a gain of 10. First down, Philadelphia.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
No daylight for him to run through there, and he ran into the defensive tackle, and that guy blocks a whole lot of daylight as it is. He is truly a big man who just made a big play.
Throwing on 2nd down, Hurts. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them holding them under 200 today.
That's another Eagles first down.
They'll look to throw toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60.
And Goddard's got it. Touchdown, Eagles. 4 yards on the touchdown grab. And the Eagles are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
You got to figure down by the goal line. This is where a tight end earns his money in the high traffic area. And he's able to work free in the middle of the end zone and grabs that one for a touchdown.
Eagles offense staying out there. Of course, Hurts always a threat to run. They'll go for 2. And this is going to be intercepted. Takes it all the way back. It's a pick 2, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be covered up by Washington. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, huh?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
15 yards the pickup, first down Washington.
And looking to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down.
2 yards to go, second down.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. It's just the nature of coaches. But I know sitting in that room, when you've had a big game, the night that they've had, you don't want to hear that. You just want to focus on the good stuff.
His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a first down.
He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
And the Commanders are going to have it first and goal as they'll take this down to about the 3.
Washington Commanders first down. First and goal at the 3-yard line.
Let's go.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
Eagles 21.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Their hopes of advancing past this divisional round hanging by a thread, if that, as they begin here with a 1st and 10 on the wrong side of the scoreboard. And the ball on the 30. Here's 2nd and 4. Again, it's Barkley. 104 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in this divisional round matchup.
That's good for the Eagles. First down. It's a gain of 6.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself.
That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
That's another Eagles first down. It's a gain of 20.
So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
And this is going to be covered up by Washington.
Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
18, 5, trap 60, trap 60. 18, Rattler, 18, Rattler. Buffalo, 18.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Throw left side, McCaffrey's got it. And he's going to get this inside the 30. The catch and run there, good for 16 in the first.
Well, this one probably not the close game you would expect or hope to see in prime time, CD. But, of course, that wasn't their intent in preparing for this one. They said they felt like their offense was ready to put up some points. And, my goodness, it has been a dominant display in front of a national audience.
Yeah, they thought it.
Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And the Eagles are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. Well, this D, particularly the secondary, has been picked apart at points here tonight. They finally, though, get to the quarterback, get a pick.
And we know this about him. He loves night games, loves the spotlight, loves being the center of attention. I will bet you that he ran off the field almost chuckling to himself. They finally got one. They finally got me. I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe he didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, fourth quarter, maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game.
Open man, right side is his running back. It's complete downfield. Saquon Barkley, touchdown, Philadelphia. Saquon Barkley, 78 yards. And the Eagles get a bit closer.
Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who's a complete guy who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
Only had a couple of yards to gain there on the two-point conversion, and they were able to do it.
And how many teams shy away from running the football in the two-point conversion? They treat 2 yards as if it were 20. If you're a good team running the ball, go to your strength. Go ahead and push it into the end zone.
Yeah, they did. It worked.
And this will be recovered by Washington, and that should just about do it.
The risk-reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game.
On the ready.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Throwing now is Daniels. That's going to be caught by Samuel. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth.
With that last completion, CDs now over 400 yards passing in the game, and quite a few of those have come via some pretty big strikes downfield. Certainly not afraid to challenge this secondary, and it's been successful.
I like your observation there, partner, because I agree. This is a group more than capable of torching a secondary any week, as evidenced by their combined stat line here. And in the time we have remaining, wouldn't shock me at all to see them take another deep shot. That looked great when he first took off, because in my mind, there was room to run, and he had the marker in his sight. But I certainly didn't expect him to close so quickly, and neither did he. They got to him just in time, and now that forced him to make a decision with his 4th down call.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out.
First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Now Daniels. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Jordan Davis forced his way through, drops him for a loss of 10 yards. And they're moving on to the conference.